Hey up, how we doing? It's a beautiful, lovely day, but I've got a confession to make. I haven't brewed for over 6 weeks. Summer holidays, children's summer holidays from school here in the UK. Been having too much fun. Not a single brew has been done. Might have to have a quick flick through the manual to learn how to do it again. So we need to get back on it because stocks are running low. It's a beautiful sunny day out here, so we're brewing outside. I've chucked the gear outside. It's not a chance of rain. It's going to be lovely. Get in. So what we're brewing, right, we've got to do, I need to brew twice this week. I've got a few days off work. I was late home from work last night, so didn't have time particularly to put anything together. I've written something down quick while I've been doing it, and I've just put it in Brewfather and started her off, so I'll get the IBUs and boogoos and everything after. But like I say, I just had to chuck it down here while I was doing it because I was in a rush. But we're on our way. We have just sparged. We're waiting for that sparge just to finish. Let's have a look. So as we're brewing a bit quick, I've got to get some brews I'm going to get done. Decided to use some Kviek. So I'm going to brew a Kviek Rye Ipa today. And there's going to be no dry hop. We're going to do late kettle additions. So we've got 4 kgs of Marisota. We've got 600 grams of rye malt. We've got 300 grams of Munich. We've got 200 grams of Crystal. I've chucked myself a couple of handfuls of ricehuls in there because I've worked with rye before. It's a tricky, sticky little malt in it, so I won't get caught out of that. I've just sparged and it has sparged absolutely beautifully, so I'm very happy. Like I say, a couple of handfuls, spread them in, lovely job. Hops are going to be 20 grams of Pilgrim at the start of the boil for bittering. I had some left over, so I'm using them. 30 grams of Cashmere last 10 minutes, 30 grams of Brew 1 last 10 minutes, and 22 grams of Citra. At the moment, we're not going to dry up. We're going to ferment at 35 degrees, and we're going to get on with it and get it in keg. I'm going to brew this in a bucket in FV2 because, as you've probably seen, I've now got pressure fermenting with the big firm fridge, but later on in the week I want to brew something under pressure. I'm not going to tell you what it is at the minute, but yeah, I want to brew something under pressure, and that's specifically what I'm doing. This Kviek will go off. We shouldn't have any problems with that. That smaller fermentation fridge I know can get up to the temperature, so we're all good there. It'll get going, it'll get off, it'll munch away, won't it, at that lovely sugars, so we'll be all right there. We will leave the pressure fermenting this time, I think, to something else later on in the week, and then we should have 2 brews that are going to get the finger out, and we should get them in kegs at a decent time, and we're ready to go because that's what we need at the moment. Just need to get a bit on top of it. I've got laps. Me and Martha and Martha and Mummy have been just having too much fun over the summer holidays and been doing things, so I just haven't had time to brew. I'd rather not be. I'd done a few before, but I hadn't made. I'm running low. I am running low on beer, but that's how it goes. So a couple of quick ferments. Get myself on top of it again, chill myself out, and let's see. We have got, as usual, a proto flock, and we're going to use Cross My Loof #1 Kviek. That's what we're going to do. We're in Brewfather, bittering, like I say. At the moment, I'm not going to dry up it. Now, if I change my mind, I'll update you on the tasting. But at the minute, I don't think I'm going to bother. Okay, couple of shots. Then hopefully we'll have a beer in our hand. So we're back sometime later and we have a beer in a glass. It is not as warm as it was. It's a tad chilly out there now. I had to defrost my car twice last week. So here's the beer in the glass. I mean, that's all right, isn't it? I mean, that's all right. Look at that fluffy off-white head. It's a brownie ready ambery. What colour is that? I mean, it looks a bit lighter than. Did you see the colour in the brew footage? That in the boil it looked amazing, but that has got, I don't know. It's like it's a really light brownie with a hue of a little bit of red in it. I don't know if that's coming up. Lovely carbonation going up the glass. That head's looking creamy and lovely and fluffy and beautiful. I like Rye. I really do. So, Rye Ipa. This had 600 grams in it. Now, I normally put 200 grams. The last time I brewed it, I think I brewed it once or twice before. I've also done a Rye beer. If you want to go and look at that in the videos previous, and I used 3.1 kgs of rye. I'll tell you what, that was before I'd even heard of rice hulls. That was a complete nightmare of a day, that was. Learnt my lesson there. Rice hulls went in this one. Sparged lovely, absolutely perfect. Aroma, just sitting here. I can smell that spiciness and that maltiness, that lovely rye. Oh. Let's have a little sip. Think about it. Get into that head. Look at that. Hey, I'm not unhappy with this, I'll tell you. You ready? I'm ready. First one of the night. I've got a few days off work. I've had a bit of a stretch at work. I've got a few days off now. So we might be scooping a few of these tonight. Let's have a think about it, shall we? What should we do while we're thinking about it?
Fun facts with Brew a Bit Rickshaw. Yeah.
That's right. I don't know whether these are particularly fun, but want a lot on this. I've got a bit. So, are you ready? Let's go. So, traditionally, brewing grain from Eastern European brewers. That's where it originated, apparently, in brewing beer. In the 20th century, it made it to America, to those there craft brewers. That took off. Made it over to me as well. It's high in beta-glucan. I don't know whether that makes it really sticky. I've had a look at this and I'm thinking it's supposed to be good for cholesterol, high cholesterol, and heart disease. But then I read on it, said there's no significant facts about that. Definitely investigated or test done. There must have been something done. Anyway, I'm going with that. What else is known for rye? So obviously rye whiskey. I don't know where that came from. Moonshiners, I think, didn't it? Rye whiskey, well known for rye. So what beer has rye in it? I'm going with one, and don't know why I went for this one because I can't say it. Anyway, let's have a go. It's a Rogan beer. That has up to 60% of rye malt in it, and it's from Bavaria. Back to the beer in hand. That's that aroma. The clarity is lovely on this bad boy, look. Loving it. Loving it. Carbonation's good. Head sticking around. Let's give me some lacing. Spicy rye, malty spicy rye on the nose. On the taste, spicy rye. I don't know whether it's too much. It's not too much for me. It's lovely. It's really nice. But I don't know whether it's taken over a bit. Them hops. You can taste. There's some fruitiness in there. You can tell some fruitiness in there, and it's citrusy. But it's really like malty. I brew for taps, sort of. I like a bit of a range on, so I normally have a dark tap, which has a stout or a porter or a mild, something like that on. And then I try and have a light beer like a pilsner or a kolsch, let's say. Don't know what else has been on there. I normally have a fruity beer on tap. Then the other one sometimes adds a bitter. Now this is on the bitter tap at the minute, but it looks lighter, but it's malty. So we're not talking about bitters, are we? It's a malty style of beer. Do you know what I mean? I'm not pegging myself into a corner here. Don't know what I'm on. But anyway, it's on the bitter tap because I thought it might be a bit like it. It's probably a bit fruitier than what I thought it was going to be. What we got in it? Fruit wise, Cashmere, Brew One and Citra, but only 30 grams of each. I think it was the last 10 minutes. I think that's all we did. We had a bit of bittering, didn't we? There is a bit of bittering all the way through, but primarily this is malty, spicy. Nice bitterness on the back end with some fruit kicking about in there, jumping out in them bubbles now and again. I tell you what, that's pretty decent, that. I'll probably knock, if I wanted it fruitier, I'd probably knock 100 or 200 grams of rye off, depending on how fresh your rye is, and maybe up the hops by 20 each, maybe. But as a starting base, I really up the rye from my old one, just to try it. And this is alright, it's what we do, innit? We're up and down, we're trying different things, same recipe. Put some bits up, drop some bits down, get happy medium, see where we are. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? There's some caramel from that crystal in there. Absolutely. I tell you what, it's a good all-rounded beer, this. There's nothing. Even that rye isn't. It's there, it's well there. I'm not saying it's over-dominating everything. Well, I think I did say it might be over-dominating the hops a little bit with the fruitiness, but it's depends what sort of beer you want. It's really good. Really, really good. I'm really enjoying this. Did you see me editing? Oh, I don't know whether I'm getting on with this and getting better or what, but might be blowing my own trumpet. You see the transition where I chucked the protoflock in? It went... The transition from the last one went into the boil and then the protoflock followed it. You probably didn't even notice, did you? You might have done. Did you? I thought it was really good, but maybe I'm overthinking it. Anyway, I am very happy with that. That is lovely. Lovely, lovely. It's lighter, I think, than what I expected. Colour wise. It's really, really, really good. I think I'm going to brew that again. I've got some rye kicking about. I've got some roasted rye. I don't think I'd do it with that. I bought roasted rye by accident. I'm not sure what you put it in. I guess you could put it in a stout. But you've got to be careful with stouts because everything's dominating, innit? Malty dominated. You've got to And I tend to chuck a load of stuff in and don't... Should think about it a bit more, get balanced. Brewfather, I'm not sure I put this in Brewfather either. I think I brewed 2 in a week. I have to look back on the footage. I think I was in a rush. I think I just wrote it down, got on with it, chucked it in. Came in at 4% of the ABV. I fermented it at whatever I said I was going to ferment it at. Didn't take long. Didn't take long to ferment, as it doesn't. I can't taste. I can taste a bit of Kviek normally. I guess I do it in lighter beers normally, and I can't particularly taste the Kviek-y stuff in there. It's pretty clean. It's really clean, actually. I'm really pleased with that. That is a good beer. I think that's a good transition, although the spiciness. If I drop the spice, if I did this as I did it before, the rest of it with this recipe, apart from that much rye, I think it'd be a good transitional beer, maybe from bitter to an IPA for people who are just trying something a bit different. Maybe, I don't know. I'm loving it. It's very, very nice. I'm going to go and enjoy this. Get myself back near that log burner. It's been a while. When I brewed this, it was sunny and lovely, wasn't it? It's been sat a while waiting for a tap. Thanks for coming along again. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.